What comes with a 4-litre V8, turbochargers and 3 letters on the back that make grown-ups go all wibbly? How's about the new Mercedes AMG E63? Yeah, sounds about right.
Mercedes launched the E-Class early in 2016 and it is a truly brilliant car. Very clever, very competent, ace. But this is the one I've been waiting for, the AMG, the one that brings the fast car game to BMW and Audi.
The new car comes in 2 states of tune, E63 and E63 S. The former gets 563 brake horsepower and 552 pound-foot, while this one, the S, gets a tweaked version of the same engine and produces 604 brake horsepower and 626 pound-foot. They also both come with all-wheel drive, which means the full name of these things is the Mercedes AMG E63 or E63 S 4MATIC Plus, which is very long.
Now you may be worried that all-wheel drive in an AMG will kill some of that frantic magic that you used to get, but don't worry, because the guys at AMG have added a mode just for you, drift mode. Now you have to press a certain amount of buttons in the right order, but what it does is it sends all of the power to the rear wheels and turns the traction control completely off, so you can, where safe, get the arse out.
All-wheel drive is all about finding the best way to get a car's power to the road. Plugging up to 604 horses through only the rear wheels could make things a little unruly when you try to launch it off the line. The E63 S, because of its grippy forward-driven wheels, will hit 62 miles an hour from rest in just 3.4 seconds, making it the quickest AMG has ever produced.
Now the E63 S's top speed is 155 miles an hour. But if you throw money at the problem and spec the driver's package, it'll do 186 miles an hour, which is brisk. It's quite fast. But if you're worried that the 4-litre V8 with turbochargers and a very high top speed will kill MPG, well, don't be, because when you're cruising on the motorway, it'll shut off 4 of its 8 cylinders, so you can keep MPG high and fuel bills low. And also, if you're going between, say, 37-ish and 100, it'll deconnect the clutch and the gearbox from the engine and coast the car. That's clever stuff. Both the standard E63 and E63S come with a 9-speed automatic gearbox, which is remarkably smooth and very pleasant. Now, the E63, the base one, if you can call it base, gets a regular mechanical differential, but the S gets a faster acting electric one, and both cars get the latest version of Mercedes' magic body control ride to keep it nice and level in the corners.
Cosmetically, the E63 doesn't look too much like its more pedestrian siblings. I mean, they're clearly related, but one is good at science while the other is good at sport and gets all the girls. And because old Beckham has a wider track, it gets flared wheel arches, and also a new grille, a bonnet with bulges, bumper and fenders, and spoilers, wings, quad exhausts, etc. It's a bit of a beast.
Now, because of what I can only assume is willy-waving on AMG's part, the equivalent cars from BMW and Audi, right now at least, aren't as powerful as the E63 S. So the question is this as good a steer? Let's start with one of the irritating things first. One negative about this that really surprised me is on the motorway, I was driving along to the first place we were going to shoot, and there was so much tyre noise and wind noise, which seems a bit odd. Maybe it's the fact this has got massive alloys on it and very thin tyres. Perhaps it's that, but there was a load of tyre roar and it was quite off-putting, because say you get into a new 5 Series, it's silent as you like. Then there's the infotainment side of things. Now, the fact this has got 2 12.5 inch massive screens displaying a wealth of information is fantastic, but controlling either of them isn't the easiest thing in the world. So you've got Mercedes' command system with only one M, which is a bit stupid. Now, the wheel side of things, that works fine. I'm used to that, but there's this kind of touchpad in the center console here, which I find really fiddly and really tricky to use. But what this thing is all about is going immensely quickly. So if we break this down, the steering, it feels great, but a little bit springy and then a touch vague on turning. But as you go and as you power out, it starts to feel a little bit better. I think that's a side effect of having all 4 wheels driven, whereas in the old cars, it was very pure and you got great feedback from it. Here, the front wheels have another job to do. They've got to provide power to the road. So it's a bit of a trade-off. By no means is it terrible, it's just not as sharp as it probably could be. Now the brakes, the E63 S gets bigger brakes than the standard E63. Carbon ceramics are an option as well. Now the pedal, you get great feedback and great feel through it. You can modulate it really easily and you can really get a feel for what the car's up to. Then there's the power. More than 600 horsepower, north of 620 pound-foot. Good God, this 4-litre turbocharged V8 is fast. It's so quick. There's very little perceptible turbo lag. There's very, very little, if any at all. This thing is absolutely savage. Put your foot down and you're pinned into the back of your seat. It accelerates so hard and so fast. It's insane and it's brilliant. I do love me an AMG because they are generally frantic, needlessly overpowered, and well, fantastic fun, and they make a good noise. I was a little worried about the all-wheel drive thing, but really it just makes this a more capable car that more people can access. And if you want a slice of that old AMG magic, you can have it. Essentially, AMG has moved on with the times just a little bit to make something truly awesome.